It was a dark and stormy night, the kind that sent shivers down your spine even before anything spooky happened. I had just moved into an old Victorian house on the outskirts of town, drawn to its eerie charm and the solitude it promised. Little did I know that this house held a terrifying secret that would haunt me for the rest of my life. The first night in my new home was restless. The creaking of the ancient floorboards and the howling wind outside made sleep elusive. As I lay in bed, I found myself slipping into a fitful slumber. That's when the nightmare began. I found myself in a dimly lit corridor, the walls adorned with faded wallpaper that seemed to ooze a sense of decay. The air was thick with an unnatural chill, and a faint whispering echoed through the hallway. I hesitated but pressed on, drawn by an inexplicable force. As I reached the end of the corridor, a door materialized before me. It was ancient, with peeling paint and a rusted handle. Reluctantly, I turned the handle, and the door creaked open, revealing a room bathed in an eerie blue light. A figure stood in the center, facing away from me. I couldn't make out the features of the figure, but a sense of dread enveloped me. The room seemed to pulsate with a malevolent energy. I took a step forward, and the figure slowly turned around. Its face was a twisted, contorted mask of horror, a grotesque caricature of human features. It let out a guttural scream that echoed through the room. I jolted awake, my heart pounding in my chest. The room was still and silent, but a lingering unease settled over me. I tried to shake off the dream, convincing myself it was just the product of a stressed mind in a new environment. Days turned into nights, and the nightmares persisted. Each dream took me deeper into the twisted corridors of the Victorian house, revealing more unsettling rooms and horrifying visions. The figure with the contorted face appeared in every dream, its haunting scream echoing in my ears even after I woke up. As the nightmares intensified, so did the strange occurrences in the waking world. Objects moved on their own, shadows danced in corners that held no source of light, and whispers echoed through the empty rooms. I began to question my sanity, wondering if the house itself was alive with malevolent intent. One evening, as I explored the house, I stumbled upon a hidden door in the attic. It led to a small, forgotten room filled with dusty old books and relics. Among the artifacts, I discovered an old journal that belonged to a previous occupant. As I leafed through its pages, I stumbled upon a passage that sent chills down my spine. The journal described the same nightmares I had been experiencing, detailing a dark ritual performed in the house decades ago. The ritual aimed to summon a malevolent entity that fed on the fear of those who entered the house. The entity, described as the embodiment of nightmares, would manifest in twisted dreams and haunt the unsuspecting victims until they succumbed to madness. Terrified, I realized that I was not alone in the house. The nightmares were a sinister trap, and I was caught in its web. Determined to break free, I delved into the journal for clues on how to end the curse. The answer lay in confronting the entity and overcoming the fear that fueled its existence. Armed with newfound resolve, I faced the nightmares head-on. Each dream became a battleground between my own willpower and the malevolent force that sought to consume me. Slowly but surely, the dreams began to change. The figure's scream grew weaker, and the twisted corridors started to unravel. After what felt like an eternity, the nightmares ceased. The house, once a prison of fear, became a silent sanctuary. I moved on from that place, forever haunted by the memories of the scary dream. The old Victorian house stood silent, its dark secrets buried within its walls, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to awaken the horrors that lay dormant.